I'm going to give you an in-depth look into my rap career on this episode of the MC Tutor Show.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
You're watching the MC Tutor Show with your hardcore, fierce and sexy host that is never gross, MC Tutor. Reminding you that I got this nice tall cup of coffee from Wild Bagels. And you could get something like this yourself with a fine on-premises baked bagel with the toppings of your choice at Wild Bagels, 1901 Stillwell Avenue, in beautiful Brooklyn, New York. Or for delivery, you could give them a call at 718-333-WILD. That's 718-333-WILD. And remember, Wild Bagels. Those bagels sure are wild.
Look up at your guard, ask me how's my day. I drink a 40, cut the cap and blew somebody away. You name the game, I play the women I play, and I'll bring my sword, swing, slaughter, and slay. Grab a girl by the hair, commence a suck face. Never bother to check ID for her age. Fuck anybody that's mad about it. At the end of the day, you're the one that allowed it. Slam dance a child to whatever you call it, but I like to call it MC2 tall shit. Drink alcohol and brawl in the mall, another poser falls. Say yes, yes, yo. Pass another bottle, let's do this shit. Another underground hit every time that I spit. No holding back, the superior skills. I got wild on the style, you just can't kill. You can't kill me. No, 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 you can't kill me. You'll never take my life. You can't kill me. No, 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 you can't kill me. You'll never take my life.
Now we're going to talk about what fuels my rap career. Well, the lyrics that rained down on me as a gift from God. When I realized that not everybody could do what I do, I figured it could only be divine. It had to be a gift from God, so I have to use it constructively. That's why a lot of my songs cover pretty much stuff that you would find in your book of Revelation. End times are coming soon. Prepare. Get yourself right. I mean, I don't blatantly say that in the lyrics. I sort of like snake around it or tiptoe around it and speak to my listeners from the esoteric. And then if you get what I'm saying, you get it. And there's a reason why people communicate in an esoteric form, because back in the day, if you would say things outright, it could get you beheaded, literally, or hung, or crucified. One form or another of death penalty. And that's why people would often communicate through the esoteric, and I carried that over in my rap lyrics. Like GSRS, for example, is a prime example of that. And so on and so forth. We're going to look into my song, You Can't Kill Me, though. And why that had to be necessary. Because sometimes you have to establish that you are definitely in a position to reach out to the youth and teach them reach and teach. And sometimes you have to establish that your message is more important and should never be overshadowed by the way you look. You know, I look the way I do and have the balls to be a figure of authority to opine these things. And so that's why the song You Can't Kill Me. It's to establish and communicate the message of immortality. You can't kill me. And I wanted to include shooting laser beams through my eyes that could take down tall buildings with a single spray of the lasers, but I left that out, and I wanted to keep it more relatable to the streets. So the very first line I start out with, look up at your God. And, well, by rights, you should be looking up at only one God, the Almighty God Himself. But I understand to the non-believer that there has to be something, some figure of authority that they have to look up on as an end-all, be-all. If you don't want to believe in the God you're supposed to believe in, then I'm going to be that God for now until you find the real God, or until the real God chooses you to find Him. And so the next line is, ask me, how's my day? So it's look up at your God, ask me, how's my day? And then, of course, I have to come off in a way that doesn't match my appearance. I drank a 40, got the gat, and blew somebody away. So, got to come up with something gangster because people don't believe I'm gangster. And it's okay for you not to believe it, but don't test me. And that's my last warning. Don't test me. So look up at your God, ask me, how's my day? I drank a 40, got the gat, and blew somebody away. You name the game, I play the win when I play, and I'll bring my sword, swing, slaughter, and slay. In other words, whatever the rules are, within the parameters of those rules, I will still kill it. That's what I meant. And so the next part is the whole age of consent thing. There are people that believe that if there's a long distance of age between yourself and the person you're making out with, that you're some kind of pervert. But if you're both above the age of consent, technically there's nothing legally wrong with that. So I think it's ludicrous for somebody to say that woman is 30 years old. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Okay? A lot of 30-year-old women are on their third child already. So, a woman already has a sex life. You might as well be part of it. And that's where that whole thing is. Grab a girl by the hair, commence to suck face, never bother to check ID for her age. I mean, if you want things different, change the age of consent. Raise it to 30. Raise it to 40. Raise it to 50. But you'll have some people that'll get mad at you and go, my daughter's 30. My daughter's 34. My daughter's 40. What's going to happen when you're 100 and you're dating an 80-year-old? My daughter's 80. you know. At some point in time, it doesn't fly, and so that's where that song "Screw Everybody" that's mad about it, because at the end of the day, you're the one that allowed it. Then, of course, I gotta get into how great my music is and how it incites people to slam dance and start mosh pits, throw each other off of walls and stuff. So slam dance and shout to whatever you call it, but I like to call it MC Too Tall shit, right? And back in them days, I was drinking a lot of whiskey, a lot of Jack and Coke going on, a lot of vodka Red Bull going on in those days. So we drink alcohol and brawl in the mall and other poser falls. And of course, a nod to the past using some old school phrases like yes, yes, y'all. And then to continue it, pass another bottle, let's do this shit. Another underground hit every time that I spit. No holding back the superior skills. I gotta put the word superior in there. Superior has to be in there. So no holding back the superior skills. I get wild on the style you just can't kill. And then I make it sound like it's proverbial. Like these are it's my rap skills you can't kill. But the message is there. I'm suggesting immortality. And in comes the hook. You can't kill me. No, 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 no. You can't kill me. You'll never take my life. And it could only be proven, I could only be proven one way and one way only. And for me, there'd be no way out of it if I'm proven wrong. And that's why I did that song as sort of a taunting. But the fans like it. And basically everybody at every venue I've performed that song at, and it works so well with DJ El Nene in the background. And a little thing about DJ El Nene is that he and I don't fully agree on socio-political issues, but we agree on a lot of things. Like we have similar tastes in music. Like we both love the music of Big Daddy Kane, of Busta Rhymes, of a lot of artists like that. A lot of freestyle stuff, Stevie B, Coro, Noel. Shout out to Noel, who is on the same page with me on social-political issues. I communicate with him pretty well. Yes, the freestyle legend, Noel. We're friends on Facebook and we correspond on the regular. So shout out once again to Noel, the person most known for doing the songs "Silent Morning," "Like a Child," and "Change." But he's done some other hits as well. So me and DJ El Nene have similar tastes in music. Bottom line is what I'm saying there. So the chemistry works so well whenever we do a live show, and we could go months, even years, without performing together. And I'll do a surprise appearance, and boom, he'll just throw on either the PHO song, "Slick," or the MC Too Tall song, "You Can't Kill Me," or both back to back. Sometimes we've done them back to back, and we'll just kill it. And El Nene will come around from behind the DJ booth and act as a hype man with the instrumental playing in the background. And DJ El Nene could do it all. He could DJ, he could sing freestyle. He's a great hype man. And our performance of "Slick" is pretty epic. and so is You Can't Kill Me. And you got to hear us where we do the cover of Drowning Pool's Bodies. And it's pretty great. Like I don't have the lungs to do the growling and yelling like he does, so I let him do those parts, and we just rock the house when we do that. Chairs get flipped over. It's a beautiful thing. And anyway, I do it for the fans, and that's why every once in a while I'll come up out of the woodwork and perform live. I wish I had an upcoming live show to perform and to promote, but unfortunately I don't. However, you will see me daily here on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, X, wherever you're watching this video, and you'll see me on a daily basis talking about the socio-political issues and crime running rampant because of the Democrats. Sorry, sorry, Edwin. We have our differences of opinion on socio-political issues. It just is. But yeah, I tend to like to trash the weirdos out there because it was those weirdos or that type of weirdo that drove me out of the Lower East Side scene when I was putting out back-to-back whole albums and promoting them and booking gigs, booking entire shows. I had my Crash and Burn birthday bash each and every year at one Lower East Side club or another, starting with the Parkside Lounge back in 2009. Yes, so if anybody wants to chase me out of the Parkside Lounge, number one, I'm very good close friends with management. And number two, that was where I did my very first Crash and Burn birthday bash and had the Bloody Muffs, Black Death, box of crayons. It was a beautiful, beautiful night. And I also introduced a band to the crowd that wasn't familiar with their style of music. Have Gun, Will Travel. They later changed their name to Daddy's Magazine. Not sure if they're still in business. Not sure if they're still doing songs, but shout out to them as well. I called it the Crash and Burn Birthday Bash because I wanted to include not only established bands, but bands I didn't know anything about. Throw it at the wall, see how it bounces back. See if it crashes and burns. And if it doesn't, and if it's a big hit, boom. We make it happen. And that's how we did. That's how we did back in the day. And I moved my Crash and Burn birthday bash from Parkside to Otto's and did Otto's Shrunken Head a number of years. And so on and so forth. And for some reason, people just turned against me. People didn't like the way I promoted my music, so I stopped promoting my music, eventually stopped doing my music as often, stopped writing as often. And then every once in a while I'll come up with a song and release it. Most of my music lately has been under the Carbon Survivors name, which there was a reason for Carbon Survivors, is because originally it was Carbon Footprint, and then I realized there were a bunch of music acts with the name Carbon Footprint. So Carbon Survivors wasn't taken, so I changed the name to Carbon Survivors, and that's the only reason behind that. But my songs will be either under the MC Two Tall name or Carbon Survivors. PHO, I don't rule out doing PHO music, but I don't want to do it with just myself and then crediting my two friends who were the founding members of PHO. I want to include them on the actual tracks. And that's why I'm holding off on any new PHO material. But Carbon Survivors I could do by myself. And of course the MC Too Tall material I could do by myself. But it's very important that you know this stuff about me. And if you notice when I talk about myself and my music career and my career as a live music performer, a rapper, these videos usually exceed 20 minutes. We're already on 18 minutes and counting, because this is stuff I can actually get into and talk about, and I could get people familiar with certain sides of me that they didn't know, stuff that they want to know about. And so here I am doing that. As you can see, no script. Every once in a while when I do a video, I'll bring notes just to remind me of what topics or what points to hit. But in this case, no notes, no scripts, no nothing. It's just me talking on the fly, off the dome. Off the dome. And so, we have cats. I like cats. Cats are very nice. Cats are nice. Cats are nice. Cats are nice. And with that said, I am going to close this out. Hope you learned some valuable information about MC Too Tall. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. Tell all your friends about MC Too Tall. Stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. I am MC Too Tall. Be good.